Hello everybody, welcome back to War Thunder here today. If you are looking to grind through the first half of the German tank tech tree, this video is what you want. So basically what you want to get yourself is the Pz.IV or the Pz.IV Ausführung F2, which is this bad boy just here. So let's have a look at some of the stats here. So the rotation speed of the barrel isn't too bad, really, for its tier level. It's actually quite nice. The only issue, really, I can find with this vehicle, its reverse gear isn't great. Not the fastest in its reverse gear, and the shell drop over distance is quite high. So you don't really want to be sniping, if you will. You can change your shell type to help you with that, but we'll talk a bit about that later when we join game. Its armor penetration is very, very respectable. 135 millimeters of armor penetration at 10 meters. So that's insane. We're pretty much going to penetrate everything. If you hit it in the right spot, you'll pretty much be able to one-hit anything that you will come across in this tier level. So let's go ahead and have a look at some of the armor here. So I have spaded this vehicle, which means I've unlocked all the modifications for the vehicle, which does give me extra armor plating, which is the addition of these tracks, which give me an effective thickness of an extra 20 millimeters of armor. So that really does help. So basically, when you're using this thing, what you want to do is face the front of the vehicle towards the enemy. This is pretty much general tank tactics, and if not on a slight angle like this, so the effective thickness there has changed from the armor's thickness of 30 millimeters, but the effective thickness is more than double that if you angle your armor. So you got to be smart about how you position your vehicle when you're firing upon an enemy there. But as you can see, I mean, we're quite well protected here. A lot of the time you'll see enemies will hit me. As bad as that is, there's not a lot of damage inflicted on my vehicle a lot of the time, but weak spots is always the slits for viewing and stuff like that, and a lot of the time this gunner port. But for the Pz.IV, it's actually quite well protected in that respect, as well as the turret. That's actually got quite a bit of armor. But look at the back, we're very juicy, very soft. So basically just point the front of your tank on a slight angle towards the enemy at all times, and you should be okay. If we have a look at the modules in here, obviously I've decked it out full of ammunition. You don't really want to take that ammunition. I would say between 20, 25, 30 rounds. Look, in this vehicle, I would say 20 rounds is more than enough. Other low-tier vehicles, I would go a lot higher, just because it takes a couple of hits to do things, especially light tanks. You want to take a lot more ammo, but these things probably about 20, 25, 30 max, I'd say, is pretty safe. Otherwise, you run the risk of getting ammo racked, which is when an enemy will hit your ammunition racks and they will detonate inside the tank, killing everybody in sight. So we don't want that. So without further ado, we will take this puppy into a tank realistic battle. I'll just roll up through this. Okay, we've spotted our first tank, a Sherman. We're going to fire away and move. Maybe pop some smoke to distract him. We know exactly where he is. Fire again, keep moving. Stop again.
The enemy controls most of the strategic zones.
Okay, he has moved position. Okay, that was a guess, but we ended up with the assist there. We do have another target here. That's a destroyer. Alright. I think that was an M5A1. Alright, we're going to keep moving. Sherman, face out, good armor. He's not even looking. Going to take out his driver now. Oh, that was a miss click on my part. Alright, we need to get closer because we have to peek over this edge, using way too much ammo and time on this guy. There we go, driver's dead. Gonna just recede back into the bush here. As you can see, we didn't really have much trouble with those Shermans. Oh, lucky man, moved just in time. Ooh. Not exactly sure where he's sitting here. And that was to finish him off, straight through the front there. Okay, moving on. Got to keep good spatial awareness in this this game here. So we're just going to sit behind this rim, ledge, if you will, or all right. Not too sure what that was. Okay, we do have visual. And that is destroyed. Got M16. Not too good with my tanks yet. Tank names. This is a good spot because we do actually get some cover here. We will drop some artillery directly on that fella over there. Never know. Have been lucky that guy didn't have bombs, and he crashed. So actually take a huge risk here and try and move up to their location. I may be popped at any stage. We can see their tracks there, so I'm just gonna have a shot. Ow, way out of range. Alright. Get nice and personal with these guys. Hopefully that airplane doesn't give away my location. Alright, we have an M4 moving up. We're going for the driver here. Almost, but we still got that kill there. Another Sherman. It's a critical hit. That wasn't the Sherman I was looking at. And we got the target destroyer there. There is another few tanks, but I do not have visual. Okay, that is an aircraft that has gone down. Okay, oh, good shot here. Fortunately, bullet velocity wasn't on our side, but now we're going to get their drivers. Boom. Beautiful. As you can see, we get superior penetration with the Panzer here, so if you're having trouble jumping through this sort of tier level in the German side, I'd highly recommend picking this vehicle up and spading it, and it will be your friend for quite a while. Okay, we have been hit there, so we're just going to go and show our weak armor to the enemy. That doesn't matter. So in that one life, we were able to destroy 7 enemy vehicles and steal an assist there today, but a couple of mistakes made at the end there was exposing myself to open areas and right in front of the enemy spawn point, but they're just the risks you got to take sometimes. So there is an enemy tank out here, I believe, so I'm just going to stop here. So we critical hit. Yep, we took out the gunner, so his tank will be spending a lot of time getting a new gunner. I'm just going to take a pot shot here. Didn't pay off. That's alright. I'm going to move out of this smoke. There he is. So I've also angled my armor here, as you can see. Yep, got it over the hill, took out the drives and stuff. So you would have seen my shell dip down over the hill, so you really got to learn with practice. You got to learn how far you can shoot and the kind of bullet drop that you're dealing with there. So we had 2 really well placed shots there, which secured us the kill there. So now I'm going to hug this wall here, utilize the cover from these bushes and things like that. But if you're out in the open, you have nowhere to go. Always seek cover. Now, I call this maneuver third scoping, where you use your third-person camera that we have here to peek around corners before you expose your tank. Keep in mind, tanks can shoot through walls, so, and other players can do the same with their cameras. But it looks quite clear, so we're just going to sneak around here and try and assist the push of Objective Charlie. The downside, this tank is quite heavy and it's not that fast. In straight lines you can get it up to some nice speeds, but it bleeds all of its energy when you do turns, because the tanks operate their steering with brakes. So if you want to turn right, the tank will activate brakes on the right hand track and you'll turn that way. Now I have seen a light tank out this way, hopefully I can get eyes on. Away. Yep. So we've got an M4 Sherman. We'll try and take out the driver. Yep, we did that. So we're gonna have to take out the loaders, and that's destroyed. So in a different situation, if that M4 Sherman was facing me, I would have taken the gunners out first, because then his gun is disabled for a certain amount of time, or the crew changes out, or if the gun was damaged, they've got to repair that. But since he wasn't looking at me, I removed his ability to move away from me or reposition his tank. So I took out the drivers, and then I took out his gun, which killed all the crew members, securing us the kill. So I'm just going to sit behind this bush here, and if anything pops up, I'll have a go at that. While we capture this position, I will pop some artillery. Friendly died there. Going to keep my eyes back on here. Alright, so we have spotted an enemy over here, which we can't see, but someone spotted here. That's great. There is an enemy tank that is in my vicinity to my left there. So you're always going to be looking at your map too. Always. Alright, I've been hit. So I'm going to pop some smoke and roll sideways. So we have our thick armor. I know where he is. And we did miss there. I'm going to pop another smoke and move forward, keeping my good armor at the front. So we've captured the zone here. Oh, okay. I did not see that he moved around, but as you can see, light tanks can move quite quickly, and there was another tank that moved up. So that was just an unfortunate situation, but it's good to see how I reacted to this situation by facing my strong armor and popping cover smoke. And I was just about to smash a Sherman, but we were spotted by a 34, and he got a perfect shot, like I said, through the sight slits, the viewing areas is our weakest point of armor. So it was a very good shot by the T-34 gun.
1, 2, Polizei, 3, 4, Grenadier, 5, 6, alte Keks, 7, 8, gute Nacht. 1, 2, Polizei, 3, 4, Grenadier, 5, 6, alte Keks, 7, 8, gute Nacht. 1, 2, Polizei, 3, 4, Grenadier, 5, 6, alte Keks, 7, 8, gute Nacht. 1, 2, Polizei, 3, 4, Grenadier, 5, 6, alte Keks, 7, 8, gute Nacht.
Fumo e rido, ha 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 ha. E ride, ha 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 ha. Alfa, alfabeto, rari.